A Spalding County grand jury has indicted Commissioner Don Hawbaker today on 8 felony charges. The charges stem back in February when he allegedly pointed a gun at his wife inside their home. Hawbaker is charged with aggravated assault and 5 counts of aggravated assault on law enforcement officers. The sheriff says he's notified the governor of the charges and is requesting that they start the process of removing him from office.